But just being a little curious, though, when you first of all saw these allegations come to limelight, what were your initial thoughts? Were you scandalized?
Very well, very well. I thought that in a regime that talks about change, in a regime that talks about things must not be done the previous ways, these matters like this should never have happened. You understand?
You didn't see it coming at all?
I don't think so. I never saw it coming. That's the truth of the matter. It angers people to say a government of change that had complained seriously about previous administration, that they looted, they scandalized our economy, they stole our money, and matters of not following due process, matters of similar nature start happening in this regime. It's scandalous.
The reason I say so is because before now, certain pundits, people who criticize and who write and who analyze situations, who say that this is coming as no surprise to them. Because they said immediately the NNPC, you know, that Mr. Pt.2 was initially the GMD and Minister of State for Petroleum, which some people said was creating a conflict of some sort. And then eventually he was asked to retain just the Minister of State for Petroleum, and a new GMD was brought in. People felt that automatically he was going to be sidelined because the president had, you know, retained that position as Minister of Petroleum, and then Mr. Baru was going to be reporting directly to him. And they felt that immediately the Minister of State might be sidelined in the scheme of things.
Let me tell you, there are established chain of commands. We know that the NNPC GMD reports to the minister. Remember that it is not the first time that this is happening. Buhari, Obasanjo too retained the Petroleum Ministry. You understand? You understand? So it is not a new thing. But the truth of the matter is that once there are laid down chain of command, that chain should not be allowed to snap. We know that the NNPC is under the ministry. So for a parastatal under a ministry to now take advantage of reporting directly to the president is never done anywhere. So that is the point that is contrary to due process in what we are talking about. You understand? So unless there are other motives, ulterior motives that are base, that are not in line with what is in the best interest of Nigeria, there is no way the GMD will be reporting directly to the president.
When a letter as important as this leaks, though, should we not also be wary of the motive behind it?
It depends on the source through which the letter got out. Because communications in government, apart from the recent introduction of the Freedom of Information Act, are supposed to be sacrosanct. And when people in government, whether in any manner, now start playing contrary to sanctity, then we should be worried, indeed. I think that one has to be investigated too. How a letter from a minister to the president got to the press. But in any case, leave how the letter traveled and how we now got to know. Now that we have known, the salient issues has to be addressed. Yes.
How soon do you think it should be addressed?
Very, very soon. You see, matters that touches about integrity, accountability, should bother and concern an administration that says we are for this. That is the important point.
So did the CSOs raise this in their conversation with the Vice President yesterday?
Yes. I think questions relating to that came indirectly. It's talking about somebody raised the point that is like the people are not seeing seriousness in the fight against corruption. And the Vice President explained clearly that he has not seen any waning in the strategy and commitment of the administration to the fight against corruption. The only thing that a lot of people are saying is that they are not seeing conviction, but let me say straight away that Nigerian government operates on a tripod. the legislature, the executive and judiciary. It is for the executive to say we are arraigning people in courts. You understand? Then it is now the way we have continued to live with the inadequacies of our justice system that's now playing out. And I think the Vice President made that point, that it will not be the business of the executive to go and give judgment. It will not be the business of the executive to say cases must move fast. It is for the jury to now say we want these cases to move fast and be done with.
That was the Vice President's explanation.
Yes.
Did you buy it?
I think I agree with the Vice President, because my own position is that when anything stands on a tripod, the other tripod must also, you understand, be ready to work in sync, so that the general idea that we are fighting corruption will be the joint project of all the tripods of government.